All right, part two to the goat shelter. Joshua is off getting some more tools that we need. It is a very cold, damp morning, as you can tell. But we're gonna try to get this finished up this morning before I gotta go feed the cows out at the lease ground. We've got some stuff coming up this afternoon, so we're not gonna be able to work on this afternoon after I feed cows. So we're gonna try to get it done this morning. So we're gonna for sure get the tin put on for the roof. We're probably not going to do it like the correct way because it seems way easier to just put 2 sheets long ways than it did to like cut a whole bunch of sections and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna put a couple sheets over the top, and then I haven't decided if we're gonna try to screw some plywood on the sides or if we're gonna do tin on the sides. Gonna kind of just look at that as we go. I'm gonna take some sheetrock screws and like some of these slats that are loose, you know, get them all tied back in together. So stay tuned as we work on this for the rest of this morning. So yeah, like I said, so you're supposed to cut tin, you know, so that the ridges are running up and down, right? That's how tin is supposed to be cut. But on this little goat shelter, we're literally gonna put them running sideways, just so that we can just put 2 pieces on and be done, because it'll work good enough. So Joshua's gonna cut those, and I'm gonna keep working on screwing stuff up, man. That's what I'm good at. All right, Joshua is cutting that piece of tin now, because that piece we're gonna slap on the back. He's already got these 2 cut. Obviously, whoa, that was really loud. Obviously, we're gonna put this one under here. And like I was saying, you know, to do it correctly, we should have turned these, you know, this way and had them all, but we'd have had to make, we'd have had to have 1, 2, 3, we'd have to have 4 pieces cut to about, you know, 4 feet, as opposed to just we made, what, you made 2 cuts? Yeah, you cut 2 9-foot sections.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just easier to do this, and you know, it's a pretty flat roof anyways, so whatever. You know, the objective is to keep the rain from getting on them, not necessarily worried about like flow and drainage and all that good stuff. So same thing, excuse me, same thing with the tin. You know, it should be going this way, but we're gonna slap 1 piece on here and be done. So you about ready to throw that up? Looks like you're done. All right, it's coming together. This is what the front looks like right now. So that kind of wraps over that piece there. Cool. What do you think?
I like it.
You like it? Cool. What do you think, Ezra? Do you have an opinion on the matter? He says, where the girls at? The last cut. Make it nice and straight now.
I'm trying. That keeps bending.
It's bending? Sometimes. Part of this. Tin snips. There we go. Tin snips kind of suck. Yeah, there you go.
They kind of bend it when they're coming.
Right, and those ones are...
They're pretty old.
Yeah. I don't even remember where we got those. May have found them on the side of the road or something. Professional. Anyways, all right, we got the roof on, secured, got the back on, secured. This thing, now that, like I said, now that it's all getting tied together. Josh, your dog barking. I don't know what. I don't know, his dog was just barking over there. Anyway, now that we've got it all tied together, I mean, this thing is pretty gosh darn solid. Excuse me, the whole thing is shaking as I shake it, right? Like not just one pallet or something like that. I did screw this big board on here because the plan is to install that gate down there. Here, we're gonna move this post, re-secure it into the ground a lot better because it's just kind of in there. We'll hang the gate off of here, so the entrance to this will be here. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. The next clip that we add on here will be when it's all done. And we make sure and leave, you know, I'm not, this isn't a barn, guys. Like, it's a goat structure that we are building from spare parts that we have here. You know, the pallets, the lumber, the tin, it's all here. Like, it's not something that we're going out and spending money on. We're not, you know, spending a bunch of time. But like I said, you know, we've leveled it. We've fastened everything together. You know, we've squared it up. So it's going to be a very nice goat structure, but we're not trying to be perfectionists on a project like this. With that being said, in Missouri, we have more extremely hot days than we have extremely cold days. So we are leaving this open. It has this whole area here all the way around. Not a lot of airflow here, but this will be covered. And then they have this whole front that's going to be open, and we're not going to put anything here, so that there again it is vented, because when it's, you know, 110 degrees and humid, they're going to want to have a place that they can have shade but still have plenty of ventilation. So, but then again, when it's cold like it is now, the biggest thing that kills us here is the wind chill. So, you know, the feel like temperatures. So they'll be able to get in here. Joshua can bed them with straw. They will be able to get out of the wind and snuggle up nice and cozy together and be warm. Plus they're Nigerian dwarfs, so they're fuzzy little dudes anyways. Grouse. All right, onwards and upwards. All right, we're about done here, so we're gonna wrap this video up here. This post didn't want to go in the ground as good, but we've got that drove in there. We've got the gate secured and hinged. Joshua is, you hear him in the background, he's taking a couple slats off of a pallet because we're going to put these here like that, so that the goats can't crawl through that giant hole. So we'll put one there and one there. We will come up with a hook and eye latch. We'll fasten that back to this post that's in the ground, and then this post went right in the ground, which is what I was hoping. I was hoping that post was going to go right in the ground. I got the tractor over here, and yeah, this one just went whoop, right in the ground. So the fence will come back to that post. Well, anyways, it will bend it out, bow it out, and come back to that post and fasten it to that. And then that'll wrap this little project up. We'll have a gate, we'll have a barn. That post being crooked really bothers me. But I tried hitting it with the sledgehammer to get it to go down a little further, and we ended up splitting it because it looks to be, it's an old post, but it looks to be red oak. So anyways, I didn't want to bust it anymore, so we just left it like that, and we'll have to call it good. More than likely, if I find a better post, I'll pull it out and try to shove another one in there. But those were two posts that we had leaning up against the barn right there, so we used them. Anyways, that's going to be a wrap on that video. So thank you for watching us build our Joshua's pallet goat shed. Not really a how-to, but if you feel like copying us, go for it. We used 1, 2, 3, 4 pallets from feed, and that pallet was actually the pallet that her big wood stove, if you guys remember that video we did where I was installing that, or not wood stove, excuse me, cook stove. Wood stove. That's a whole other project that we got to do. The cook stove, if you guys remember that big cook stove that I installed for her, that was the pellet that stove came in. And yeah, some tin that we had laying around, some posts that we had laying around. There you go. Simple as that. Do you have any final thoughts before I just did the outro, but now that you're back, do you have any final thoughts on this whole project?
Nope.
You think it's gonna work good?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. That's always the hope, isn't it? All right, we'll call that the outro. There you go, guys. There's our little, Josh's little goat pen. For now, I just got some baling wire around here, which we have abundance of. So once again, it's something that we don't have to go buy. Scavenging it, man. All right.